What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BenchWire episode 19, I believe. I want to say it's 19.
We're getting to 20.
We're going to get to 20 by the end of the season, which is pretty impressive. That's 20 episodes. So,
yes.
Good job.
You did it.
Good job.
Tap up.
Good job. But before we talk about the Super Bowl, even though it includes my Eagles and I want to be extremely biased and get right into that, we have to talk about Tom Brady.
Thomas Patrick Edward Brady Jr. has retired after 23 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at his career from his 20-year-old seasons, 30-year-old seasons, now 40-year-old seasons, that's 3 Hall of Fame careers. Yes,
1, 2, 3.
You know how insane that is?
He is the GOAT, and we're going to miss him.
It's still unbelievable. I mean, I feel like last year when he retired, it kind of like...
It threw everyone off.
It threw everyone off because it was so random. And even this one was kind of random, to be fair. Like,
yeah,
we were just talking about where he's going to go in the offseason.
He's going to go to the Raiders and Niners. Like, there's all these destinations, but, like, he just retired.
Yeah. I think the first thing that came to my mind was, like, this is official. Because, like, he already retired last season, then came back.
Yeah.
But, like, he said in his message, you only get one, sad or whatever retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And he used it last year. So this one's just like quick little video, like, guys, retiring, appreciate everybody, goodbye.
Yep.
But if there's one thing I'm excited for, it's to see him on the broadcasts.
Yeah,
or
Fox.
at least in the studio, because
him and Gronk,
he knows football.
He does know football. He is the greatest of all time. So
yeah, I'd like to see him commentate some games, or not commentate, but be a color commentator. I believe that's what it's called, or analyst, whatever.
I think he's taking over Greg Olson's spot with Fox.
Okay.
So, and he got that 10-year.
Yeah, it's massive. It's like $300+ million.
Yeah, he is loaded, so he's fine for the rest of his life.
So we should get to the most important thing about this whole situation. Is he getting back with Giselle?
You never know, because, like, I feel like they divorced because he came out of retirement. And
it was kind of like a timeout, like, we're not getting back together until you're done with football. Like, until you can give your attention.
You never know. We've seen crazier things. We've seen crazier things. That would be another crazy story to see.
Regardless, though, I think that her words got to him about, like, probably something along the lines of, like, your son's already, like, however many years old. You've missed so much.
Yeah.
Like,
just give it up.
Do you really want to keep missing, like, some of these, especially when he's about to start getting into football? Because I know he wants to be a quarterback like his dad. So, yeah.
I don't know. Does he get back with just... I don't think
that's such a weird conversation but I think it's possible.
I don't think he does.
Although I'm pretty sure that she already started dating somebody, which is crazy.
And plus, he could find anybody else he wants.
He could. He really could.
So, there's that.
Money.
Yeah, he's loaded.
He's also just the GOAT. And
he's probably not even worried about that, because he's going to go into Fox, have that broadcasting job, be loaded. He's not even worried about a relationship right now. Yeah. He's just a working man. But
so, should we get to the Super Bowl?
I guess.
Kansas City Chiefs at the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. We are the home team.
They're not Philly.
I know.
They're at
but
Arizona.
We get our green uniforms.
Okay, green, cool.
All right, we get our green uniforms. And last time that we were in Arizona, it was a home game. So hopefully our fans can make it happen again. If you are an Eagles fan listening and you are, not sure if you want to get the tickets, do it.
They're pretty expensive.
Although I
wouldn't do it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I doubt anybody that rich is listening to us.
Yeah.
Because those tickets are insane.
It's going to be very expensive to get in that game. I don't know.
I'm just excited. Obviously, it's been 5 years. It still hasn't really hit me that we're in the Super Bowl just yet. I see it. It says Super Bowl, but it hasn't hit me. And it's kind of weird, right? Because in 2017, I was just getting into football. It was probably my second year truly watching. And when we made it, it didn't mean, like, that much to me. It was just like, oh, we're in this, like, that's cool. Like, that's really cool. You know what I mean?
You didn't really follow him.
I didn't follow sports like that.
You weren't dedicated like that.
Yeah. But for some reason, I would argue that Super Bowl had more of an effect on me than this one has so far.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's just because it hasn't hit me yet. Like, I think when we see the intros, like, I'm probably going to start freaking out. I'll wear my flag around me again, and we'll have a good time. But, yeah, really exciting. Both teams have, obviously, elite quarterbacks.
It's the Kelce Bowl.
It is the Kelce Bowl.
First two brothers to play each other in a Super Bowl in NFL history. That's
except they won't be playing each other.
Well, on the opposing team.
Mm-hmm. I'm most excited to see a Super Bowl where it's like, like the Diggs brothers. Now, although I don't want to see Dallas make it, but like to see like Diggs and then his brother cover him.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Insane.
Yeah, because you won't see Kelce going up against Kelce.
I honestly don't think the coaches would let that happen. Too much emotions. Way too much emotions.
They will definitely let it happen.
Seriously?
You have to.
Like, I feel like I would hate my brother if he locked me the fuck down. Or vice versa. Like, he let me get 500 yards. Like, I don't know. But, all right. Back to the Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, both teams, like I said, pretty evenly matched. Chiefs have the edge with the quarterback. Obviously, Mahomes, best quarterback in the league. With Brady gone, looking like he's going to take that next place of the Brady of the league.
He's going to be the GOAT in the league.
Yeah, consistently gets there. So, who knows? Maybe with Tom Brady retiring, this is the start. And I don't like the sound of that, but it very well could be. But it could also be the start of Hurts being the next Brady.
Calm down.
Nah, but yeah, I'm excited. Both teams have 2 weeks to get healthy. Mahomes' ankle versus Hurts' shoulder. We'll find out.
Hurts' shoulder not an issue. Right?
I was going to say, I think that Hurts' shoulder will be healed by the time of the Super Bowl, whereas Mahomes' ankle will probably still be hurting.
Yeah, he was
especially because it was like he was limping, and he already got like beat down by the Bengals. So, yeah, and I'm sure when the Eagles get to him, he'll probably end up falling, and it will hurt a little bit. Again. Yeah, but I think the big X factor for this game is Travis Kelce. A lot of teams, they for some reason let Kelce just kind of do his thing. And I don't know how we're going to cover him. I would assume that you're going to have like Kaiser White on him and then have CJ Garner-Johnson kind of shadow with him. But I don't know. I mean, the receiving core of the Chiefs doesn't scare me, but they're very explosive. They have obviously MVS, who is a guy who he's not the most consistent, but it just seems like when you need him to just burn somebody, he's able to do it.
We got to see if Kadarius Toney's healthy.
Yeah, well, I don't think Kadarius Toney is my biggest worry. He's more of my worry in like third and kind of short. Like, because you need to worry about trying to stop him from getting the first. But if he gets the first and he shakes past your defender, it could be game over.
Mm-hmm. Juju, is he healthy? He had a knee injury. He got pulled for that game.
Yeah, so that they pulled him out of precaution, pretty sure. He was hurt, though. But, again, 2 weeks, he'll probably be good to go. But, yeah, it looks like if you're the Eagles, you might have caught the Chiefs at a time where there's quite a bit of injuries on that offense. That could limit how good they are. L'Jarius Sneed, he has a concussion. He should be fine, though. Concussion protocol, usually he's like week and then you're done. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the matchups, I just feel like the Eagles might have slight edge.
They definitely have the edge.
But
I would say it's not just at quarterback.
No, well, yeah, like I said, if we were to go down the list, I would say the Chiefs have the better tight end. O-line goes to the Eagles. Running back, Eagles. Mostly because of our O-line, though. Wide receiver, Eagles. Tight end, Chiefs. But you can't count out Goddard. He's still up there.
Oh, yeah.
What else? Anything else I'm missing on the offense? Pretty sure that was all of it. Yeah. Defensively,
D-line.
I genuinely think we have every position covered. Maybe safety, you could argue Justin Reed, but I don't know how good of a season he's had.
I would say, your defense is better in every position.
But, yeah, it should be really fun to watch. It's going to be a fun game. I mean, this is one of those where if it's low scoring, it would go down as one of the worst Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. Just because there's no way both of these teams don't put up.
I doubt it's going to be low scoring.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like if it was like just for some reason, I don't know. Yeah, what do you think? Because I know you're rooting for the Chiefs, obviously, because being a Giants fan, you're not going to root for the
next
Eagles.
2 weeks.
I've seen a lot of people say that America's rooting for the Eagles just because people don't really want to see. Listen, this is how it works, right? When there's greatness, no one wants to see it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Eagles are America's team." But
America's team, I didn't hear that.
well, I've seen it on social media. Like, we're the team that America's rooting for.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah. Not we're the new Cowboys. Because
Yeah.
apparently Cowboys are America's team. They're actually America's most hated team. But, yeah.
What do
Go
I
ahead.
think
Yeah,
about
what
this?
do you?
About
Let's
this
put it
game?
this way: who do you think has the biggest effect on the game outside of the quarterback position
Who's
for both
the
teams?
biggest effect?
Like, name a position or a player from each team that you think is going to have that chance to turn the game.
If the Eagles get pressure on Mahomes the whole game, they're gonna win. Because
They don't have Tyreek Hill, so they have to let things kind of develop.
But if you create pressure, we saw it in the Mahomes Super Bowl against the Bucks. They had no chance winning that game. But they had offensive linemen out, and the Bucks pass rush that year was really good. But yeah, if the Eagles generate enough pressure, I think this game will be over end of first half.
Like, then Chiefs.
The Chiefs, besides quarterback, what they need for them, probably, I don't know. Well, they need pressure from their D-line.
Yeah, I mean, so what I would say is the biggest thing for the Chiefs is like I said, they don't have Tyreek Hill, so they don't have a guy that can find space immediately, or when plays, break open, he can just find a way to get open. They have okay receivers. They have a lot of guys that are kind of like the big threats or just kind of random chunk plays. Sky Moore, Justin Watson, all great guys, great futures ahead of them. But the big thing for me is because those receivers are going to have to take time to let routes develop, it means that if we can get pressure to Mahomes, the only way we're going to stop Mahomes from getting that ball to Kelce is to cover Kelce. So I think Kelce is the biggest X factor. Because like I said, the receivers, if they don't develop the routes, and the pressure is getting to Mahomes, he's going to look at Kelce. And if we cover Kelce, it's a sack. If we don't cover Kelce, he could probably go for 15 yards. So it's going to be Kelce for me. I don't know how we're going to stop him. A lot of teams have tried. In the playoffs, I don't think I've actually seen I don't think the Bengals. I think the Bengals didn't double Kelce, which is insane to me.
They stopped him in the regular season, but this playoff matchup.
It just seems like a lot of teams have just been like, we can't double team him. We just kind of have to hope our guy can stop him. So even the Jags did that.
Going to cover Kelce?
I'm thinking it's going to be Kaiser White with CJ kind of shadowing. Because we have Maddox back, we don't need CJ to play in the slot, which is massive, by the way. Because that allows CJ to be able to hover with Kelce rather than having Marcus Epps hover with Kelce. A big difference, right? And then it also allows Marcus Epps and Reed Blankenship to rotate at free safety and not get tired and be able to stay on their feet and cover guys like MVS deep down the field. So, CJ being at his strongest safety position is going to help us a lot. But it's a little bit scary. Eagles have been a team that just kind of struggles to stop the tight end, and that's not something I look forward to.
They'll be just fine. Just fine.
And then for the Chiefs, I think their biggest thing, because, listen, you said get pressure. I don't think that's realistic. I think that with the best O-line, I just think it's the big thing that you're going to have to do is somehow limit our receivers to making those big plays.
Yeah.
Make them have to get those 5 yards. Make A.J. Brown have to commit just to doing slants. Don't let him get, a rhythm where he's like, oh, okay, you're ready to, to bite on this double move.
Out of rhythm, though. Because when he has all that time in the pocket, he knows what to do. He knows.
Yeah, he's a very smart guy. He understands, like, okay, I have this much time. So I think that's pretty much what I got in terms of keys to winning for both teams.
Yep. You want to talk about the championship games. We didn't really talk about them.
We didn't. We should probably touch on them. Start with the Chiefs and Bengals.
Yeah.
Pretty controversial, for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals, they came back at one point. It looked like the Chiefs were going to be able to kind of run away with it in the beginning. They were up 13-6 going into halftime. Although I'm pretty sure it was a late touchdown in the second half, so it was probably 13-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things where when the Bengals started to come back, knowing their record against the Chiefs, you thought it was over. You thought, well, they're just going to go ahead and start running away with this. But they didn't. And the Chiefs held on. The refs definitely helped out the Chiefs. I tend to not look at the refs and their effect on the game, but this one was kind of hard to not look at.
Yeah, all the memes on Instagram were funny.
I mean, they gave the Chiefs 5 third down opportunities, it felt like. It was like 3rd and 9, and it was just, the refs just lost track of shit. And I didn't know what to think at the time. I was very confused.
I think the ref called the play dead. Because the time
they
clock,
probably didn't hear it.
The game clock wasn't right, and they still ran the play. They didn't get that message across to Mahomes and the Chiefs. So that's why they ran that play, and that's why they got another shot at it, because the game clock wasn't the correct time.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I think the biggest thing that you have to do there, I know it would suck, but you have to go and look at a replay, because I don't really know if any of the players knew that it was blown dead. So if you look back at replay and you realize it wasn't blown dead, or none of the players look like they knew it was blown dead, I'd say just keep the result and figure out the time. Just do the math.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point, redoing the play when one of the teams found success on that play, you can't just take that away from them. And then obviously, I know it was a flag on Eli Apple for the holding or interference or whatever, but it's just like when you're watching it, you're like, come on, man. Like, they just got bailed the heck out.
Well, you can't blame the Chiefs for that.
You can't. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. When you get opportunities, you take them.
The NFL needs to look over that. Like, whenever a game clock isn't set at the right time and they run a play and you didn't know anything about it, you have to look over that and decide as the NFL committee or the Players Association what you want to do there. Because, that's always a problem nowadays. And they got to figure that out.
I know that, listen, I know mistakes happen, but the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Mm-hmm.
These mistakes can't happen, especially in the second most important game of the season.
Yep.
Or one of the 2 second important games of the season, or whatever. It just can't happen. Joe Burrow played pretty good the game. He did have 2 picks that were pretty costly. So
yeah, the one at the second pick was really a punt.
Yeah.
He just chucked it deep. It was like 3rd and long, and he's like, screw it.
Yeah, Mahomes, he played really good for
having that bad ankle.
He played. Oh, and then just going back to Joe Burrow, he got destroyed by the Chiefs D-line. That's Bengals O-line
when you have backups playing.
I mean,
they had 2 backups at left tackle and I think right guard where Alex Kappa plays.
Seeing how the Bengals were struggling to score points with how much pressure was getting to them. Obviously the final score being 20-23, I was hoping the Bengals could pull it off. Because I'm like, okay, if they can barely score 20 points, and that's just against the Chiefs D-line, give me them in the Super Bowl. I need that. But, they didn't pull it off. But we should probably talk about the Chiefs. Because they struggled a bit. They really did. I know the stats for Mahomes doesn't look like he struggled. They couldn't run the ball. And guess what happens when you can't run the ball? Everything falls apart. Even though, like I said, Mahomes looked like he had a good game, there were a bunch of, third down opportunities that the Chiefs couldn't convert because the running game wasn't getting them in, close enough position. So, I think you have to look at that. Kelce, he obviously was really good. 7 catches, 78 yards.
Especially being a game-time decision with the back spasms. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That we didn't know if he was going to play or not.
Yeah. MVS, I mean, you can't just 6 receptions, 160 yards, and a touchdown can't happen.
Well, it's Eli Apple, and it will happen every time.
But you know what I mean. Like, you can't let that happen.
Yeah.
MVS, listen, I'm one of the few people that will say he's not a bad player. He's an okay player. I think a lot of people would like to say he's not that good just because he's so inconsistent.
He's good for what he is.
Yeah, he's just a deep threat. That's all he is. So, it's just, I don't know, man. I really...
And then Hardman, he got hurt too, right?
Tony got hurt. We were watching the game and you said Tony, like, he had a reception for like 9 yards. At the 9 yards, he like goes down, stands up, puts his hand on his hip, and you're like, "Oh, hammy." And like you said it as a joke.
Yeah.
And then they cut to him on the sideline and he lays on the ground, and like the trainers come over.
Every time he touches the ball and makes a move,
He's
he just
crazy.
gets hurt. He's just got to work on conditioning or something. I don't know.
I would rest him if I were the Chiefs and just think future with him. No, especially for Tony, because like
you got to start on this game. It's a Super Bowl. If he's healthy,
I wouldn't.
You have to.
Bro, knowing how injury prone he is, it's just not worth it. Just worry about him long term.
You just don't want to face him. Come on.
I'm not scared of Kadarius Toney.
When he has the ball in his hands and he can stay healthy and make a move, he's electric, man. He's so electric, but that's never going to happen with him.
I think one thing I also want to mention for the Eagles to slow down is, although Pacheco, although he struggled to run the ball, he did have 50 yards receiving. And
yeah, he's a good receiving.
He can kind of do it all. And so we can slow down Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon. I think that will help us a ton as well. I mean, at that point, I might as well just say, as long as we just don't let the Chiefs do anything, we'll be good.
Essentially, yeah.
But yeah, let's get to another game that
was over within
the first quarter. It wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Get out of here.
It wasn't. But it was over at halftime.
I knew it was over.
Eagles, we beat the 49ers 31-7. Obviously, first drive of the game for the 49ers. Son Reddick strip sack on Purdy. He ended up actually unintentionally, let's let that be known, because I see 49ers fans trying to call out Reddick for being a dirty player, and I'm like, look at the
dirty
replay.
Birds, man. He tore his UCL on his elbow.
Yeah.
And it's a 6-month injury.
So it's looking like going into camp, it's truly going to be between Purdy and Lance next year for the Niners.
Because Jimmy G, he's not coming back.
He's not.
Tom Brady, he retired.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see that quarterback battle. I still think Trey Lance is a better quarterback.
I like Purdy more.
Well, no, let me take that back. I like Purdy. I think Purdy is probably more ready to go right now. But I think with
Purdy
how
fits
high
the system.
with how high you took Trey Lance, you have to give him a chance to compete for it.
If not, you could trade him if he doesn't work out. Some team will take him.
Listen, man, I know a team that would look at him.
There's
a team that was looking at Tom Brady in this offseason, realized that they also don't have a pick to get a quarterback in this draft. Well, a top 2 one between Stroud and Young, the Raiders.
He could go to the Bucs too.
He could go to the Bucs. I think Derek Carr seems like a perfect fit to the Bucs.
Rodgers, go to Bucs.
I think Rodgers is going to retire too. I think now that he saw Brady retire, he might just be like, whatever.
Well, yeah, I thought.
But then there's also a lot of money
that
could be leaving on the table.
Retire. Yeah, there's so much money. I don't know. He could come back. He could retire.
Yeah,
but
let's get back. Yeah, I was gonna say this podcast is all over the place, but you know that's what happens when there's only like one game to talk about.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Listen, these are the podcasts that people want. Yes. Not so scripted. We just talk football.
We're talking.
It is pretty hard to follow along with, but yeah. So Brock Purdy went out. Josh Johnson came in,
and then
we got to him as well, and he got
and then
concussed.
The one-arm Brock Purdy came back
won't lie. It's hard to look at our team and not be like, were they targeting the quarterbacks?
Man,
I promise you we weren't. Like, it's just unfortunate. Like I said, Son Reddick.
Don't put a tight end to block him.
Did Hassan Reddick get Josh Johnson too?
Did he concuss him? I don't remember. Probably. He had 2 sacks. So the one on Purdy, and maybe it was I don't know if it was the other one.
It was definitely on Johnson at one point because he had 2, and Purdy was out after the fumble. So, but yeah,
The game was over after Purdy got hurt, in my opinion.
I mean, that's yeah.
It was. The offense could not generate anything.
I want to talk about Kyle Shanahan because he was in Coach of the Year conversation, and I'm not trying to take away from anything from him because obviously to make Brock Purdy
deserves it.
What?
He definitely deserves Coach of the Year.
I'm going to say that I would kick him out of the conversation.
Why?
After what I saw with trying to have Brock Purdy go into a game when it was still somewhat like
all he did was hand the ball off.
I know, but you still have a chance. I would have started to make him throw left-handed.
What? He can't do that.
I don't care. I remember I saw somebody on Twitter say that, and I'm pretty sure that somebody was like a legend.
You can't make him
but
throw
at some point you gotta do something. You can't just keep handing the fucking ball off.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
They don't have.
They were still in the game.
They don't have plays developed for Wildcat with Christian McCaffrey and Debo.
You had halftime. At halftime, you knew that your backup quarterback was Christian McCaffrey, and with Josh Johnson
was still in the game though.
I know, but you have to think about these things. You can't just assume that he's going to stay healthy.
You know how hard it is to do that.
I'm saying that Shanahan, he let me down.
What do you mean he let you down?
He let me down. You need to do something.
Quarterbacks let him down. Trey Lance got hurt. Jimmy G got hurt. Brock Purdy got hurt. Oh, wait. Josh Johnson got hurt? Oh, let's bring Brock Purdy back in. What is he supposed to do?
The one thing I would do as well, I don't know how many running backs they had active.
Oh, my God.
I would have put an extra quarterback active in the most important game of the season.
They should have really activated Jimmy G for this game, even though how hurt he was. I don't even think... He was definitely ready, but, like, they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to put him in. He would have been backing up in the Super Bowl, they said.
I think the biggest thing, if you activated Jimmy, is it puts pressure on Brock. Because it makes him think, if I don't play well, they're taking me out.
Well, you should have had him active as the third string.
But then he would have had to deactivate a running back and then put Jimmy G third on the depth chart.
Well,
but as a
they already deactivated, what's his name? Elijah Mitchell, but then they had to activate Tevin Coleman. But, like, what do you expect Kyle Shanahan to do in that situation? You're really going to take him out of the Coach of the Year conversation for trying to win a game with a fourth-string quarterback?
Listen, I think there were
That's impossible,
I think there were things he could have done differently.
Absurd.
And I didn't like how it seemed like they gave up.
It's not that easy.
It seemed like they gave up, and they were looking at the refs, trying to say the refs threw this game for them. The refs didn't do anything.
Now you helped a little bit, but it's not absurd.
Let me talk about this because I wrote about this, right?
Okay.
The Devontae Smith catch, I'll give you that.
It wasn't a catch.
I'll give you that.
We know that.
But at the time, the way I look at it, the coach had a challenge. You could have used it.
He didn't get that angle, though.
I know he didn't get the angle, but guess what?
Scoreboard.
Guess what? Sucks to suck. You had an opportunity. I think most coaches would have thrown the flag there. It's a fourth down, big catch, incredible catch. If you lose the challenge, so be it. Great catch. Otherwise, you get the ball.
It looked like a catch from that angle. That one angle we saw. You thought it was a catch.
I know. But listen, that was just number one. That was number one.
I wouldn't have thrown it there.
Number two.
Challenges in this game.
Number two. The other thing that people talked about was the running into the punter. They gave us a first down.
Yeah, that was messed up.
It was messed up. But I partially blame the 49ers player because he... Listen before you freak out.
You're blaming the 49ers.
I am blaming him.
How?
Because what he did is he ran into our punter. Well, okay, he fell into our punter. Stop making reactions.
I'm listening. I didn't say anything.
He ran, or I keep saying ran. He fell into our punter, got up, went to the sideline. Where's the freaking out, pointing at the guy saying he ran into... Give the ref something to think about.
Maybe he just got up the flag.
No, they showed it. Did the
49ers player see the ref throw the flag?
Yes.
Okay.
He went like this and went to the sideline.
Well, because he just got fucking pancaked.
Go up to the ref and give him something to think about. You can't just get up and go to the sideline. Most of the time when you go and run to a ref and complain, they actually have to go and be like, "Hey, I'm going to ask him if he saw anything." Not just let him make that decision.
You know how many
That's so stupid. It's so stupid.
You know how many times the ref throws the flag in that situation?
I know, but listen.
And players react to it and
thought about this
changes?
all season. All season I've thought about this stuff. Is that players, when they get, penalized or whatever, they don't make reactions to, show that they were in the right or that they weren't in the wrong, I guess, right?
Because that guy,
it just doesn't make sense. Complain. You're allowed to complain. You're not pulling a LeBron James.
It's a special
You're not
teams
pulling a
player.
LeBron
It's
James
not
and complaining for nothing. You're complaining because of something that actually just happened.
It's a special teams player. The ref isn't gonna care whatever you say. You're a nobody.
I don't. You have to
be a star talent for the ref to consider that you're right.
If you
have to be a Tom Brady, a Mahomes.
If you don't try, don't expect to get the call.
Well, it shouldn't have even been a flag. He literally pushed him right into the
punter. Wasn't looking. He was distracted.
Okay, then why throw the flag if you're distracted?
Because he saw a punter fall to the ground.
That was an awful call. You know it. I know
Regardless, I think it was payback for the punt that clearly hit the wire.
Oh my god,
dude,
that had no effect on the game.
Our entire yes, it does. It would have been a re-punt. They went
3 and out. They went 3 and out with Josh Johnson. It had no effect on the game.
I think it was payback.
It's payback. It had no effect on the game. Get out of here. This is great content.
Did they go 3 and out? I thought that was the drive they scored the touchdown on.
No, they went 3 and out.
Regardless, payback.
Payback for what?
Okay, but
If they want to payback, If they wanted payback, they should have hit Jalen Hurts' shoulder. That's payback.
That's not payback.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you do that in Philly. See what the heck happens.
Gardner Minshew will be in the game. That's what happens.
Yeah, see one of the fans pull something out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god. No way that gets in there with Philly security.
Have you seen our security? It's just the old man though. It just lets him walk by.
What else should we talk about here? These dirty birds.
Oh yeah, stop putting your team's jersey on the Rocky statue.
You hear what Jason Kelce said today? He thinks it's the Philly people doing that.
So okay, I'm going to admit, I think the one that was a Philly one, not the 49ers, because they showed the 49ers around the statue.
Might have been the Kayvon one.
I actually found out the one that they've been posting saying it was Kayvon. It wasn't. That was from 2015. Now, we did beat you when you guys did that. But they're bringing it up because they thought it was Kayvon's jersey. I looked into it because I was like...
Because I got confused because fans go to the Rocky statue and put a jersey.
That's the thing is, like, I saw them at the Rocky statue, but I didn't see a jersey on it. I saw them, like, in front of the stairs being like, we're here in Philly.
Yeah.
Not like let's put something on the... And then half the time, like, all right, I'm sorry, but... What are people doing putting $100 jerseys on the statue and just leaving it there? That's a waste of money.
They're definitely not leaving it there. They're putting it
taking a picture and leaving it. No, but like there are like people that will go and take them. Like I saw a video of the I think the Patriots one. Mm-hmm. They left that there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that there is a chance some Philly fans are just trying to kind of get everybody get the juices flowing. And it works. Mm-hmm. Hopefully somebody does it with the Chiefs jersey. I know Travis told every Kansas City fan, don't do it.
Yeah. I listened to it today, the New Heights podcast. Shout out to
it was like 9:30, and I was like, ooh, it's going to bring me until we open. And I stopped watching it.
Yeah, I listened on the way to work and coming home from class, but yeah, it was a good podcast. I'm excited for the Kelce Bowl.
I'm excited. I think the biggest thing with this is I would... Listen, I don't want to lose. I'm not even going to think about it. But if we were to, I like Mahomes. Great guy.
Andy Reid. Former Eagle.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce. Great guy.
Spags. Great guy. I love Spags.
And you know who I would be most happy for? Matt Nagy.
Didn't he already win one? He already won one, didn't he?
But as a thank you for that double doink.
Oh. It wasn't his fault. Thank you for the double doink. It was the GM's fault, whoever hired
it is his fault, because he let Cody Parkey go out there and attempt it.
He kind of had to. He was the only kicker on the roster at the time.
It was also the only chance they had. But, no, I would be happy for Matt Nagy. I like him.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of likable people in that Chiefs roster. And then the fans, I think the Eagles and Chiefs have probably one of the top, or probably both top 5 and most passionate fan bases.
Oh, yeah. Arrowhead goes crazy. So
does
Philly after winning an NFC championship and a Super Bowl. They literally. Did you see all those videos?
Yeah,
man?
we literally destroyed the city. I don't understand it. I'm just happy there's nobody eating horse shit again.
People got to be civilized, man. I don't think
that's just not what Philly is.
You can't be doing that. It's messed up. You know, all the people have to clean that up after the game.
Did you see after we won the Super Bowl how they went into a Wawa and just robbed it? Like, straight up just took food.
They go nuts for no reason, man. Like, why? And then people are getting arrested. People are getting injured, going to hospitals. All this stuff's like, why?
Yeah, I saw it on the SEPTA thing. So it fell through and someone had to go to the hospital and they almost could have been paralyzed.
Their neck. Yeah, I saw. Oh, my God. Like, there's no reason to go off, and then you have all these consequences. It's like, whatever.
And you know the worst part about it is half of them aren't even like diehard Eagles fans. Like, they're just people that just want to party.
Yeah.
So it's like they're out there celebrating something that they don't truly understand.
They're all fake fans too.
Yeah.
I love
so
it.
it's like whenever I see the videos, I'm like, I feel like all the real fans are just going home and then celebrating.
Half the Eagles fans are fake. All the bandwagon fans, like especially on Instagram. I'm scrolling through Instagram stories.
Oh my God.
Everyone's posting, oh my God, the Eagles are Super Bowl bound. Cool, I don't care, man. I know they're Super Bowl bound, but like, where are you throughout the whole regular season?
No, I know.
When they're winning and stacking up these wins.
No, it's like
nowhere to be found.
People
man.
didn't do like what I did, which is like after like every win I'd post let's go great
Birds
win
or some. Yeah,
but also I don't have to prove to anybody I'm an Eagles fan.
Well,
if you
not you.
No. I'm saying in general, like me posting that stuff. Like I'm not proving anything to anybody. If you know me, I'm a diehard Eagles fan.
Yeah,
but
there's so many fake Eagles fans out there.
Nah,
and
they always come up in the playoffs. No, you know the worst one. We're just gonna start ranting here because this is fun.
This is fun.
The Phillies, dude.
Everyone's going.
Oh my
God, we're World Series bound. And then people drinking at bars and all that crap. It's just like, you're not a true fan. You're not a You weren't there for the whole like playoff run. You were only there just to watch the World Series, and that was it.
Where were you when Michael Franco, Odubel Herrera, Cesar
Where
Hernandez?
were you all those years? We're going through those tough times. You weren't there.
Where were you when Reese Hoskins was our starting left fielder?
Exactly.
For you only know him as our first baseman.
I knew he was a left fielder.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like the people. I'm like, for you and I, we knew him as a superstar left fielder out there.
Yeah, but
it's just
a lot of Philly fans. They're bandwagon fake fans that only join in for the fun and the hype of celebrating. That's about it.
Yeah.
So I like the diehard.
That's why. See, now this is why I like the Flyers, and like this is why hockey is my favorite sport. Is because when the Flyers were in. They were in the second round, I guess, and we almost won it. I was like the only person posting anything about it.
Yeah.
Like no one was celebrating our wins. Like we were about to beat the Islanders.
No one follows hockey.
We were the number 1 seed. Like
I feel like hockey, like in our age group,
and then the
no
union
one follows it.
Well, the union is. I'm getting you into the union. You like soccer? We're gonna get you into it.
I like Italy. Man. They didn't make the World Cup. Next World Cup.
I think we have an Italian.
Huh?
I think we have an Italian.
Oh, we have an Italian? All right. I'll buy his jersey. But yeah. We're going off on a rant.
We are. It's fun, though.
It's fun.
Listen, this is our podcast. No one says this needs to be crazy. This is for us.
This is fun.
This is for us
it's to good have content for our few listeners out there.
Listen, I know right now Mark is enjoying this.
Mark is enjoying this great content. Oh, yeah. Did you know this podcast, BenchWire, someone was looking for it today, and they called it, When's Benchy coming out? Just Benchy. So we got a nickname for the podcast.
Like someone on our Instagram asked?
Yeah.
Was it anyone you knew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, when's Benchy coming out? I'm like, why are you calling it Benchy? That's a stupid nickname. It's cute. No, it's not. It's not cute. Benchy.
Oh, are our fans called the Benchies?
Yo, we got an... Oh, okay, I like that.
Honestly, low-key, because it's BenchWire, we should just call our fans the Bench Warmers.
The Bench Warmers? Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, so we got the Benchies and the Bench Warmers.
We're not calling them the Benchies.
I don't know. The Benchies are kind of growing on me.
It's funny.
Yeah, the Benchies.
What's up, Benchies?
What's up, Benchies? But, yeah.
These are the podcasts where I'm just like, I wish we could just go back in time and re-record this.
What do you mean? I think people are enjoying this. This is like great content. We're talking about the Eagles. We're talking about the Chiefs, the Kelce Bowl.
It's funny because we got right into the Super Bowl and they're like, should we talk about the championship? I'm like, I forgot that we didn't cover that.
Yeah, we got to cover the championship, man. Anything else?
49ers.
What about them?
Defense, it was healthy. I don't want to hear those like you guys had a healthy defense. Now I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you were on the field for a long time because of your offense. But regardless, you guys have one of the best defenses, and you did not play like it that game. And then, like, they got very upset with like these flags, and then they showed like the replays, and it was like clear flags, and the players are complaining. It's like, why are you guys giving up?
I'm not gonna blame the defense because like they were out there the whole time, and you know how long. And tiresome it is to be on the field that long.
I know, but like
with the Eagles being a physical football team, that wears you down.
It does.
That wears you down, and they had it close to what the first half. What was it? It was 14-14, right?
14-21 going into halftime.
Yeah, so like it was relatively close, and you had Brock Purdy leave first quarter, and Josh Johnson kind of drawing in some offensive plays, but it wasn't really working out. And then the second half happened, and it was over. But
I think real quickly that we saw that the whole check down thing that they do, it wasn't going to work. They were going to have to make some adjustments.
Well, yeah.
So I definitely think, there's a lot of see, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I forgot to talk about. After this game, so many Niners fans, I saw their comments. I have a friend that's a Niners fan. He said, why are you guys like celebrating like you just beat our fully healthy team? Are we not allowed to celebrate that our team is now about to go to the Super Bowl? We're not looking back and saying, like, we're not celebrating the fact that we just beat the Niners. I'm not celebrating that we beat the Niners. You know what I mean? Like, we're celebrating that we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like last week, if we celebrated like that, like we beat the Giants, right?
Yeah. That's
a little different because like the celebration is, we beat the Giants. This celebration isn't about beating the Niners. It's about we just got into the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I mean, what did they expect? I saw this GIF on Twitter, or however you want to say GIF on Twitter. It was the Browns player. After he scored the touchdown, he just walked over to the side, put it down, walked to the bench. And it's like, is that how you want us to react? Like, are we not allowed to celebrate? So like, I'll never understand that stuff.
You gotta celebrate.
Listen.
But just don't go crazy and destroy Philly. That's just my thing.
We did that for the Super Bowl.
And they still did it for this.
More for the Super Bowl. The fact that we made it.
Well, they literally destroyed it. They destroyed it.
No, but yeah, I just think that Niners fans, you're trying to cope, and I understand, but
because they're right there
every year. I know
they're right there. That would kill me, man. Just being right there every year and just can't do it. I really think they're a quarterback and some pieces on offense away from doing it all.
Well, now we have conversation about Trent Williams potentially retiring.
I doubt he retires.
I think he got one more year, and then he'll retire.
2 more years.
2 more?
He's still one of the best in the game.
Speaking of Trent Williams, put my man Kayvon Wallace down. Well, why are you throwing him to the... Okay, well, when I say put him down... I
understand why he did
When I'm saying put my man's down, don't put him on the ground.
Because, like, his career's coming to an end. He's trying to win the Super Bowl.
No. I know. Listen, I know he's frustrated. Yeah. You don't just pick up my player and chuck him to the ground.
It wasn't a good player. It was one of the bottom tier players on your team. Come on.
Kayvon was a winner in college.
And then Dre Greenlaw was going ham with the football, man.
Okay, Dre Greenlaw, I will personally defend him. I think
he didn't hear the whistle.
I didn't think he heard the whistle.
He's like,
and then
it's Rocky Balboa.
A, he didn't hear the whistle. B, you're in Philly, so Rocky.
Yeah.
And then C, frustrated.
Well, yeah, just a little bit, And
it's not.
The offense isn't producing. You're still out there on the field trying to make something happen.
Like, those hits were pretty accurate for somebody that wasn't truly looking at where he was throwing. So, like, it's not like he was punching, like, I don't know who the running back. I think it was Kenny.
Probably.
But, like, he wasn't, like, punching his, like, arm. Yeah, like, he was punching the ball. It was the ball. It was not the arm. So, like, it wasn't any, like, foul play towards Gainwell. Mm-hmm. So, I'll defend Dre there. He's a really good player.
Yes. Their linebacker core is one of the best in the
And
league.
for Niners fans that want to hear this, a lot of respect for you guys. I was scared going into the game. I thought you guys were going to keep it very close. Some things happened. Our defense was able to get to you guys pretty early. They made some game-changing plays, hurting your quarterbacks
You don't put a tight end
unintentionally.
You just don't use a tight end to block Son Reddick. You just don't do that. You got to have...
The only thing I do want to say, Nick Bosa.
Yeah, he had one good play.
Hold on.
And he had some... Lane Johnson.
What you said, well, yeah, Lane Johnson.
He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, the whole he's false starting. It's literally a perfect jump. There was one. Kelce brought it up. He said there was probably one that he was willing to give to him, but other than that, it's just he knows the snap. And the one that he was false started on, Kelce took the blame. He said I just didn't snap it quickly enough. But like him and Kelce and everybody on the O line, they know when he's gonna snap the ball. Like it's not like you're waiting to like look over and see the ball go. Like they know. It's like, all right, once he says this, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, boom. Like but Nick Bosa, you said that Jordan Mailata said he wasn't unique, just a big guy.
Him.
How'd that pancake taste? How'd that taste?
It happens, man.
How'd that taste?
It happens.
He sat on you too.
He was getting banged up too. He got cleated by what was it? I think he was on the sideline and a special teams play happened. He just got cleated. He was bloody.
For somebody that was talking that talk, he did not show up. And I just want to say he saw somebody asked him about the Super Bowl.
I did.
Somebody asked him about the Super Bowl. They said, "Yeah,
I won't be watching.
I won't be watching." We know why.
We know why.
We know why.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
But what?
What
do you mean?
No.
But yeah, the Dirty Birds are in the Super Bowl playing the Chiefs.
I don't know why, but like Dirty Birds just sounds fire.
No, it doesn't. The Dirty Birds, man. The Dirty Birds.
It sounds fire. But this defense, if we can just make it the no-fly zone, we're good.
Yeah.
You like that?
The no-fly zone?
Yeah, it's my username.
No flying. That's no flying, though.
But I made it because of that. I thought of that name.
It's going to enter arrest mode in 10 minutes. What the heck, man?
My phone's going to arrest in 14 minutes.
Oh, yes.
We should probably end it up, though.
Do we? Well, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. We'll get to predictions another time. We got a whole week to think about predictions and go more in depth.
Yeah, we'll worry about the predictions next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to put like a disclaimer in the beginning of this.
This is
if you want an organized-ish podcast, next week. If you're looking for just two guys just shooting the shit, this one.
This is a great one. I think people like this more, just talking, living it up, than like structure. I feel like they like this way more.
They're shooting it.
Yeah. It's more fun. I'm having more fun.
I think we can shoot it with better structure, though.
Well, yeah. We're new to this, right? We're still new to this. We're not episode 19. We're not even in the 20s yet.
Just like Travis Kelce and Jason say, they're not professional interviewers.
Yeah, they're just... Yeah, he didn't know what he was saying.
Kelce, like when Kelce talked to like Gronk and all them, he's like, "Listen, we're not professionals. We're just talking. Mm-hmm. That's how we're
just talking. We're just vibing." All right, I'll end it off here.
But you know.
What?
When you say, I say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys want to see more BenchWire content, please subscribe to our channel. Drop a like on this video. Have that notification bell turned on. Make sure you go follow our socials. We got a link tree down in the description box below. We got Instagram. We got TikTok. We got Twitter.
Good job.
And we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. All that's in our link tree down below. And that's all we have for you guys today. BenchWire.
Out.